and welcome back to my channel. So today I am participating in Mermay. Now if you're not sure what Mermay is, it's basically where you draw a mermaid every day for the month of May. Except I'm going to be doing it all in one hit. Now that means I'm going to be drawing 31 mermaids in one artwork because I don't have time for daily challenges anymore. So anyways, let's just get right into it. So I started off just sketching a rough idea of the artwork, and usually I do prefer to do like a digital sketch or a small sketch on a different piece of paper. However, today I don't know why, I just felt like I just wanted to draw straight on the art and just go in and do some fun little mermaid doodles. So I started off just sketching some random little mermaids here and there, and I had a lot of fun making them do various different things. I drew some mermaids that were like parents with their little kids, and I also drew some mermaids doing some weird shit as well. I don't know why, I just really felt like it. I think I might have been in like a weird mood, but you know what, that's okay. When there's 31 mermaids in one artwork, I kind of just felt like giving them different personalities. I wanted to try and give each one a different story and just make them all stand out and be pretty funny. So I have a few mermaids here where one of them is like sort of looking away from another mermaid and the other one's like kind of grumpy. I feel like in that scenario she's sort of rejecting him, so he's like angry. And then I also have some mermaids who are sitting together reading books, and there's another one just peeping over having a look. I also drew another mermaid just sort of interacting with fish because fish live in the ocean sometimes. I also have a cute little romantic couple mermaid, and they're sort of dancing, and I thought that one was really cute, as well as another sort of male mermaid looking over at one of the women, and he actually has a bouquet of flowers behind his back, so he's gonna try and woo her. Other than that, I also drew some sea creatures in this artwork as well. I did a few crabs, I did a whole bunch of fish, I actually drew a sea turtle, as well as lots of different coral and like seaweed, and also an octopus. So after I did that whole sort of sketch process, I went in and I lightened the sketch a little bit with my eraser, and then after that I went in with my Copic multi-liners. Now sometimes I prefer to draw with pencils and sometimes I prefer to just draw with multi-liners. It gives me a bit of variety because sometimes I don't feel like drawing with inks, sometimes I don't want to worry about pencils smudging, so that's why I ended up going with that way. So the art style of this artwork is a little bit different to my usual stuff. I kind of just felt like going with a slightly more cartoony style, kind of similar to an old drawing I did of a arty party type thing. I'll put that on the screen, but anyways, I felt like just doing a little bit more of a cartoony vibe for this artwork because it is a big artwork and there are a lot of mermaids on there, so I didn't want to do too many crazy tiny details that probably wouldn't have looked good anyways. So just keeping them sort of simplistic but also complicated because there's so many of them kind of helped. It just kind of helps it come together and look pretty nice. Wow. So I actually decided to put some lines in with color, and that was mainly just some details here and there on the mermaid's tails. I kind of just had a few little scales here and there with a pink one, and then a few with like a gray multi-liner and also a sepia one. After I finally got all of that line work done, I ended up going in with my Copics first. Now this was mainly just to draw the main subjects of the art. I ended up going with just the mermaids, the fish, and the sort of seaweed and coral and that kind of thing. And then after that, I went in with the background with actual watercolors this time because I kind of am having a lot of fun mixing my medias at the moment. I did one recently where I drew Rocket Raccoon and I did a watercolor background, and I had a lot of fun with that. So that's why I ended up going with watercolor. Now, the paper that I'm actually using today is a watercolor paper, but I find that it still works pretty well with the markers. So that's why I ended up going with that, because I have a really big piece of it. So I was able to do a really large artwork. So the colors I mainly went in for the sand was, I used a few different ones. I used a sort of dark, sort of desaturated brown, as well as a really warm yellowy brown. And then I also went in with a bit of yellow as well, just here and there. And I tried to just give it a little bit of a sort of a wet on wet sort of watercolor feel to it. I didn't want it to be too static. I kind of like, I don't know, I wanted the watercolor look to it. I thought that it would stand out pretty nice against the marker characters. After that, I went into the deep background with some what was it? It was Payne's Grey. At first I did a layer of Payne's Grey, and I just tried to get a bit of variation between light and dark, just to give the artwork just a bit more contrast and interest. And then after that, I also went over with some blue in a new layer, and that was just to add a bit more saturation and brightness to it, just to brighten the colors up a bit, and I think it looks pretty good. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to do, and I really did enjoy just trying different medias together and having kind of fun with it, and not stressing too much if it was like a really professional looking artwork. But anyways, after that part was done, I really wanted just to add a little more oomph to it and make the mermaids stand out just a little bit more. And I ended up going in with my colored pencils over the top, and just adding shading here and there and little bits of texture and lighting effects. And yeah, I'm really happy with it and how it looks. And yeah, anyways, here's the final result to my artwork. I hope you enjoyed it. It was pretty interesting, and yeah, I had a lot of fun. So yeah, here it is. I really like it, and I think it's pretty cute. What do you reckon, Jesse?
Bomb.
Bomb. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my video. Please hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye everyone.